good YouTube? It's your boy Katzy here. I'm back at it again with another video. This one also for my series, how to actually prod. And in this series, I'm gonna teach you guys how to actually produce like a certain type of beat and like a certain genre. Okay, so let me know down in the comments what should I do next. I already did New Jazz, Super Trap, and in this video, as you can read in the title, it's gonna be Asian rock. Stay tuned because I'm gonna be dropping like crazy. Make sure to subscribe and shit. Let's get into the video. Alright, so for this specific sound, start off with a melody, start off with a loop. Bro, don't start off with the drums. I mean, you're not Metro Booming, you feel me? So set your BPM around 140 BPM. Okay, for the first sound, I actually use Analogy, bro. I use Analogy a lot, but get Expand, Purity. It's good plugins as well. Also use like one shots and shit. The sound need to be very cheap. Okay, that's what you're aiming for. Okay, so for the first thing, I use this guitar, nylon guitar from Analogy. Alright, so this is the MIDI. The MIDI need to be kind of complex, you feel me? It needs to be progressive and not like a loop, you feel me? So the root note is changing, some little flicks here and there, like the melody kind of changing, you feel me? It need to be like a loop, but not really. It need to be like progressing, okay? So make sure to do that. Alright, so a cool trick is to randomize the velocities. Just Control A, Alt R, and then play with this velocity knob. Okay, just hit accept. I already did mine, so I'm not gonna do it for now. Okay, and this is the sound. Alright, so for the mixer track, nothing really crazy, just an EQ to cut off the lows, like the mud, you feel me, the muddiness of the mix. Also another EQ to cut off the lows and shit. Multi-band compressor, just, you know, to like balance everything. And reverb at the end. You can use like the fruity stock shit. I used this one because I can control the EQ within the reverb, so definitely make sure if you got the money and shit, the budget, to buy this one. If not, it's also cool to use like the stock one. Alright, so for the next thing, I use the strings. Okay, this one from Expand. This is the exact preset I used. So you go to strings, soft format strings, as you can see. Alright, for this one I didn't do nothing really crazy, just follow the top melodies of the first chord guitar melody. Alright, and I went to channel volume and kind of played with a volume and shit. So this is how it sounds. Nothing really crazy. You cannot really hear it because it sits in the background, you feel me? It's more of a ambient sound in the background, just to set off the vibe. Cut off the lows, boost the highs a bit, and went to stereo enhancer. Actually picked this preset for strings, you know, self-explanatory. Alright, so for the next thing, I use this lead from Purity. You go to Purity, lead synths, and cheap lead. This one I heard it in a lot of old Benjicold beats, like the Asian rock vibes. Use this lead, definitely a honorable mention. Alright, so nothing really crazy on the master track, just a shaper box to pen the shits. And you guys already told me in the last video that I'm not showing like the shaper box presets and whatnot, so here you go. For this one, it's a stock one. I went to the old I picked the old preset thing. Just wrote pitch. Here you go, pitch swirl. Just turn down the filter and the time, so you basically get only the panning. And this is cool. You can control like the EQ of the frequencies of the panning that you want to do. So this one is also only for the highs and shit, so that's why I chose this one. I just cut off the lows and boost the highs and shit. Nothing really crazy. Alright, so for the next thing, some more strings. As you can see, nothing really complex. I just follow the main melody, like the main guitar chords. This is the exact preset I use. Strings, bright legato pad. Alright, so it's more of a string pad. Just to set off the vibe. On the mixer track, I actually boost the highs, cut off the lows. Stereo enhancer, the same thing, the same preset for strings. Multi-band compressor, just to cut off the lows and shit, just to balance actually the lows. More EQ, really unnecessary for real, but this one in my opinion very necessary, especially when you use elements like strings and like elements when they have like high frequencies. Okay, so for this one I kind of duck the mono from the highs and shit. In Fab Filter you can actually choose the stereo placement. Okay, so the mid stands for like the mono, the side stands for the stereo. I ducked some of the high frequencies, but only in the mono part. Okay, so it's gonna play like the stereo and it's gonna be very full, but in the mono it's not gonna be that full. Okay, so I kind of ducked some of the frequencies to make room for the hi-hats and like the snares and everything. So make sure to do that with the extra high frequencies sounds. Okay, for the next sound I use this lead. This one actually from Serum. I don't know what preset I use. I actually cleaned some of my presets and shit, but you can copy it. This is the effects, the metrics, not really have nothing, but like the effects and shit you can copy. You can copy the oscillators and shit if you want. So this is the lead I used. Alright, boom. So for the next part I actually did a little switch up. Just added this layer and another lead on top of that. So as I told you, the loops need the melodies and shit needs to be very progressive and not repetitive. Okay, so make sure to do that. Okay, so for the next part I actually copied the guitar from Xenology, the first sound I showed you guys. Copy it, open up a new channel and just pasted it. And for this exact preset I use this strings and harp. So these strings, it's not actually they're not actually that long, so it's kind of more of a Picasso sound, or whatever you call this sound. So this is how it sounds. Okay, so for the EQ, for the mixer track, I added this EQ, cut off the lows, the highs, shaper box. I'm gonna show you the exact preset. I just wrote super, and then you get like the super stereo. I mean, self-explanatory, just more of a stereo sound. Okay, multiband compressor just to balance the whole mix, and then just to cut off some low mid frequencies. This is also a stock one, low mid cleanup. Okay, lowered the highs and just lowered the mixer track a bit. Okay, added this lead. Actually, this one kind of crazy. Make sure when you're doing like Asian rock thingy, don't do your leads like super dry, you know. Make sure to fuck around, hit some notes here and there, you know, add some extra variation, and make sure not to do everything like right on time, you feel me? So you see a little space here. The little things finally add up in the final thingy, you know, final loop. Some Zelda shit, you feel me? So for the next part I actually did an octave up, Control A, just octave up. I showed you guys in the last video, and added this bell. Okay, this one, if you heard the Taliban, you can recognize this bell. It's actually like a Benjicold sound, you feel me?
Benjicold, why you icy?
Alright, boom. So that's basically it. I kind of exported everything, you know, with a consistent space. So when I'm doing the drums, or maybe other producer doing the drums, he can pick and choose whatever you want to use. Okay, so make sure you do that when you're exporting the loops. Alright, so let's hear the loop in the final form. Alright, so let's export the loop, Control A, and export it as an MP3 file. Okay, so make sure to export it as an MP3 and not a WAV file, because it's like weighs a ton, bruh. So especially when you're working with other producers and shit, make sure to do it in MP3. Okay, and when you're exporting the loop, make sure to put the BPM down and the key of the whole loop. The key, as I showed you in the last video, you can go here, pick major, like the natural one, this one, or like the minor natural, this one. Doesn't really matter for real. And make sure to see what pitch you're working in. So just put the scale over like this, and this the until it matches with the whole notes. Okay, so for this one it's actually A minor. Okay, so make sure to put it in the title of the loop. Alright, so let's do the drums. Alright, boom, the drum project. I actually did a new project for the drums and shit only because my CPU is crashing, so you know, it's struggling and shit. So if you can do it in the same project, it's even better. But for this project, I actually pitched down the melody by 400 cents. And let's get into the drums. Use this first effects like the chimes effect. I started off with the hats, as you can see. Nothing really crazy, just high rolls and shit. Added this clap. Alright, then one more hat. Alright, more variation. Alright, so for the next sound, this one actually big in this type of beat. You should get this perk, okay? This percussion sound, it's actually kind of a rim sound and shit, but you need to do like this type of rolls and shit. Next, I added this snare roll. I did some rolls and shit. And for this one, I actually kind of play with the velocities and shit, like with the notes velocities. Added this extra snare for extra bounce. And then I added this another snare, also for bounce. Nothing really crazy. An open hat, a crash, whatever you call it, just in the beginning. Alright, you cannot really hear it, but it's saddle. Alright, added this open hat. Alright, added this chant. So this the basic chant, you can find it in every other kid, bro. I just pitched it down. Alright, alright, so that's basically the drums. Now let's get to the 808s. What I really did, just I used the sampler. Alright, I used the sampler as a ghost note for me to see like the root note of the 808. And this specific 808, it's actually pitched up by 50 semitones. So I actually kind of you know, did it in the one pitch above the root note, but it's basically this. Okay, so I just pitched it up because the 808 is like in different pitch. So this is the 808. Alright, and then added this. Actually, this is a new jazz 808. It's actually from the Amir kit, like the Amir Prod kit. I don't know why I end up using it, but it's actually kind of works. So, alright, then added this. I did a switch up for the 808. Added this 808. For this part, I added a little break with another, actually like a Amir 808. I'm so addicted to new jazz shit, but this is actually works also in like the Asian rock vibe. So this is the whole part of this one. I had a little breakdown for the shit, and especially don't forget this sound. I don't know where I got this because I recently just you know, restocked everything I got, like all the drum kits and shit, but this sound is definitely a must-have. Alright, so that's basically the beat, and before I play you the full version of it, make sure to subscribe, hit that bell notification button, because I'm gonna be dropping like crazy, you feel me? And also make sure to write in the comments what you guys want to see next. I'm gonna see you guys in the next video. Peace.